An incident occurs. People are injured. People are sick. No one is sure what has happened. Is it accidental or the work of some crazed lunatic?
Help!
Amidst the chaos, phone calls are made to 911. Police, fire, and EMS respond. They arrive, often unaware of the hidden dangers to their own lives. They arrive, often lacking the know-how to ensure their own safety and the safety of others on the scene. They arrive, often unaware what other emergency personnel will be doing and where they will be on the scene. Sometimes they arrive and die.
At the top of the news, the Department of Homeland Security has raised the national threat level to red after terrorist threats against major government buildings here in Chicago. As a result of the threat, and in order to present the very latest information, news reporters, including our own, are now riding along with police and fire department units. We'll get a live update from reporter Tony Ramirez in just a moment. But first, a guilty verdict has just been handed down in a high-profile murder case. And now we're going to go live, not to the courts building. Let's shift gears back to Tony Ramirez, who's got word of an explosion. Tony, can you hear me?
Yes, Peter, I can hear you. I'm here at City Hall, and just moments ago, we heard an enormous blast from across the street at the Thompson Center, just down the block from here. It appears that people are running from the building, and they're having a great difficulty in breathing.
Tony, is there anything there that indicates this might be a terrorist attack?
Peter, there's no way to tell right now. People are screaming and falling to the ground. I can hear sirens coming closer.
113, B113.
113.
113 units in one citywide. 113 units in one citywide. We're getting a call of an explosion at the Thompson Center, State of Illinois building.
10-4 squad.
100 West Randolph. Fire's rolling.
Do you know what caused the explosion, or do we have any injury?
Negative, sir. We're getting tons of calls on it. I have no further
10-4 squad, but be advised, I got a
information.
Civilian reporter riding with me in the car. We're going to have to be really careful. If this thing was intentional, there's a good chance that they've got a secondary device.
Like what? What do you mean?
Sometimes they got a secondary bomb or something that goes off when people are coming out. We got to look for purses or boxes or things like that that a radio might ignite. And we got to get these people out to a place where the paramedics can get to them.
What else are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for things like the smell of almonds or the smell of garlic. You want to make sure that if you see somebody vomiting or throwing up or something, that's a sign that we've got weapons of mass destruction.
Oh my God.
A building that size has a lot of people in it, plus they got 2 transit lines running through it.
Are we going inside the building?
No, we're going to park this car upwind and out of the way of the fire department rigs. Roll your window up, as a matter of fact.
Are we on our own? Who's calling the shots here?
I'm in charge if I'm the first responder to the scene, until a higher ranking officer gets there. When the fire department gets there, they're going to be in command until they stabilize that situation.
Danny, what's the wind direction?
It's out of the southeast. We'll approach from the southeast side at Clark and Randolph, and because we're upwind, we won't be breathing anything that might be coming from the blast.
Well, it looks like we've got a story. Right about now, I'm going to ask you to turn your cell phone and your pager off. They may set off any kind of secondary explosive devices.
What's going through your mind right now?
I'm thinking about responding to a potential target of terrorism. I'm thinking about my safety, the safety of the responders. I'm thinking about what we'll encounter when we get there. If I can't protect myself, then we can't be safe on the scene either. I'm thinking about making safe, timely, and effective decisions.
Who's giving you your orders?
Once we arrive, the fire department will coordinate the emergency response.
And what are you looking for?
I'm thinking about if there's a fire, and if the fire's still burning. I'm thinking about hazardous materials. What kind of hazardous materials are burning? Are they still burning? I'm thinking about the building. What part of the building is it burning from? I'm thinking about casualties. How many casualties do I have or will I have? I'm thinking about isolation. How far do I need to keep my company back? I'm thinking about secondary devices. Will the cell phone pager set them off? I'm thinking about help. How much more help will I need? I'm thinking about making notifications, the necessary and appropriate notifications.
Hey, stay in. Don't get out.
What about those people on the ground? They need our help.
Look, we got to get fire to come in there and respond with protective gear. We can't get ourselves contaminated and get ourselves sick. We won't be any good to anybody. It's not my responsibility to be a rescuer right now. My responsibility is the safety of the first responder.
Help!
113.
113. Go ahead, sir.
Squad, we've got people unconscious here. We've got people running out of the building. They're screaming, they're coughing, they're holding their chest. We need fire here right away.
113, I have hazmat 511 on the way. State of Illinois, CMS police are inside the building still. We have them on the line. Fire wants you to keep the victims at the scene, and they'll let us know where their decontamination site is.
10-4.
Please remain calm. The fire department is on their way. Please do not leave the scene.
We have an update now on that explosion at the Thompson Center. About 15 minutes ago, there was a loud explosion. Reporter Tony Ramirez is near the site. Tony, what can you tell us?
Peter, we still don't know the cause of the explosion. We still don't know if this was an accident or a terrorist act. But we do know that the first priority is to protect the lives of the responders and then assist the victims, which has to be done without the benefit of knowing exactly what happened.
Tony, what do you know about the injuries, and are there any reported casualties?
Peter, right now we're not too sure of the numbers, but what I can tell you is that a lot of people have vacated the building. If we can roll some of the raw tape right now, I can show you that many people are having difficulty breathing. Some are vomiting. We're not sure if that's due to some kind of toxic substance or what. We're told that some of the victims are in convulsions. Police and fire are acting quickly, but also cautiously. Peter, we're going to stay here as long as we can and keep up with this story as it develops.
Thanks, Tony. Make sure you keep safe out there, and we're going to stay with the story and bring you the very latest. And right now, let's get the very latest.
Positioning upwind of the scene helps assure that responders will be able to render the assistance needed without endangering themselves.
Please remain calm.
We showed that the first police officer to arrive at the scene must establish command, assess clues indicating the presence of hazardous materials, communicate information to other responders, isolate and secure the hazard area, begin emergency decon and evacuation.